Hi Year 1 and welcome to Wednesday's comprehension lesson. This is your last comprehension before we are back at school tomorrow, and then we've got Easter, and then hopefully no more school closures, no more isolation for us, and we can enjoy our last term together in Year 1, okay? So before we go on to our new learning today, I would like to say well done to all of you. I haven't got a special slideshow today, a special slide of just the children who stood out, because you all have done a fantastic job. So I want to say well done and thank you to all of you for your super home learning. So give yourselves a big smile, give yourselves a tap on the back and say to your grown-up as well, thank you for helping me. And parents, grown-ups, you've all been super, so thank you to you too. So today we are going to be looking at a text called The New School. And I don't want you to open your comprehension booklet. I want you to keep it closed. Don't open it yet. Okay? If you've opened it, close it quick. And I'm going to ask you to have a little think about what the text is going to be about. So we're going to look at the title, The New School. And then I'd like you to have a conversation with your grown-up at home about the text, what you think it could be about. Do you think it's going to be fiction or non-fiction? Do you think it's going to be a story? Do you think it's going to be a fact file? Do you think it's going to be an information piece of text? What do you think the text is going to be about by looking at the title? And if you want to draw a thinking bubble, okay, like on my screen, if you want to draw that down and then have a go writing your ideas and then send me a photograph, that would be super. And that is making a prediction. It is using what information we know, which is the title, The New School, and having a think about what it could be before we read the text. And then we can see if we are right. Okay, so if you want to pause the video now, whilst you do that, that's super. And then when you've done it, press play and we'll move on. Okay, good job. Let's have a look then at some of the key words in our text. And I have put the word vocabulary at the top of this page because vocabulary is just words. That's what it means. It means words. What words in the text today might you not know the meaning of? So I have already had a look and I have pulled out 5 words that I'm going to share with you. Okay, so the first word says unfamiliar. Can you say that? Unfamiliar. And the word unfamiliar means when something is not known or it is not recognised. So if you don't know what something is, then it isn't familiar. It is unfamiliar to you. Okay. The second word on my list is the word poster. So what is a poster? A poster is a large printed picture that is used for decoration. And decoration means making something look pretty. It means putting things up and decorating somewhere, okay? So a poster is a large picture that you put up to decorate somewhere. The third word on my list is the word recent. Do you know what the word recent means? Recent means something that has happened not a long time ago. So if something happened yesterday, then that is recent because it wasn't a long time ago. If something happened last year, that's a long time. So that isn't recent, okay? Fourth word on our list today is the word peaked. It's a strange word, isn't it? If you peek at something or if you peeked on somebody, you are looking really quickly. So you might be behind a fence and you might peek over it to see what's happening, okay? The last word on my vocabulary list today is the word grin. And all the word grin means is a big smile. So show me your biggest smile, your biggest grin. Super. So those are 5 words that I think we might need to know the meaning of before we read the text. And then it will help us to understand it too. So now you can turn to page 18 in your comprehension booklet. So if you would like to do that now, Year 1, and you will see that we have got another big piece of text. It is one full side of your A4 booklet today. So we are going to do what we did yesterday, and you are going to be looking at the text. You are going to be using your index finger, which is your finger next to your thumb, to follow when I read, and you're going to do some good listening. If you want to read the text by yourself, you can pause the video now and you can do that, and then you can press play and listen to me read it too. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. Off we go. Zane looked around the unfamiliar classroom. The walls were covered in colourful drawings and posters about the recent school play. The class teacher, Miss Paisley, was sitting quietly at her desk, reading some of the children's workbooks. A huge whiteboard hung on the wall behind her. There was no one else in the room. "Is everything all right, Zane?" Miss Paisley asked, looking up. Zane nodded shyly. Miss Paisley smiled at him. "The other children will be here soon," she said. "They can't wait to meet you." It was Zane's first day in his new school, and he arrived really early. His mum had walked him to school and left him with his new teacher to wait for the rest of the class. As he waited, he felt his heart beating quickly and his hands starting to sweat. Just then, the classroom door swung open and a girl peeked through the gap. She gave Zane a huge grin and walked straight over to him. "Are you the new boy?" she asked. "I'm Taylor. It's nice to meet you." So there we go. There is our text today, and it is all about a new school. So have a think back to your predictions at the beginning of the lesson today in your thought bubble, okay? Did you think it was going to be a story? Did you think it was going to be an informative piece of text? Did you think it was fiction? Did you think it was non-fiction? Okay? Make sure you send me the photograph so I can see if you got it right, or if now you've listened to the text, you have realised you might have got it wrong. Okay? Good job. So if you want to read the text again now, you can do. And then when you're confident with the piece of information, when you know what's happening and you understand what you have read, you are ready to answer the questions. Now your questions are actually on page 19. I've put page 18 on my screen there, but it is page 19. So just make sure you've got the right page. The text is on page 18 and the questions are on page 19. Okay, and you have got 5 questions to answer today. You have got 2 multiple choice questions, which means you have to read the question, read the answers, and then you need to show which one is correct. So in question 1, it asks you, what can Zane see on the wall? You've got to tick the right answer. So like we did yesterday, you need to look at the keywords from the question, highlight them in the text, and your answer will be there somewhere. Okay, so try and remember those skills that we did together yesterday to do on your own today. Question 2, who else is in the classroom with Zane at the beginning of the story? And you've got to circle your answer there. So it's very similar to question 1. You've just got to circle the correct answer. And again, the answer is in the text. So go back to the text, go back to the beginning of the story, because it tells you in the question who is with Zane at the beginning. When you found the answer, circle it first and then do your answer in your answer book. Question 3, do you think Zane is feeling nervous or relaxed? How can you tell? So it's asking you for your opinion, and it's asking you to think about the text, think about the words, think about what the author has written, and it should tell you in the text something that gives you the answer. So something in the text today will tell you if Zane is feeling nervous or relaxed. And if I remember correctly, when I read it to you, it said that Zane's heart was beating really fast and his hands were sweating. So if your heart's beating fast and your hands are sweating, how do you feel? I think he feels a little bit nervous. If he was relaxed, his heart would be going slow. So I've helped you there. Remember, a full sentence. Question 4. What does the word peaked mean? We discussed that at the beginning. So if you were listening carefully, if you can't remember, rewind my video back to the beginning when we looked at the vocabulary and it was on there and there was a clue. If you look over a fence, you are peeking. Okay. And question 5, do you think Taylor is a friendly person? How can you tell? So you've got 2 questions there. Do you think Taylor is a friendly person? Now Taylor was the girl at the end of the story who said hello to Zane. So do you think that's something that a friend would do? And then how can you tell? So you need to take information from the text on question 5 that shows how you can tell, okay? So it's like having some evidence, and evidence is information that supports what you say, okay? So I'm not going to go through them with you today. I would like you to have a go at answering them by yourself. Your grown-up at home can help you. But remember all of those skills we've been practicing the last 10 days. Read the text, highlight the key information, read your questions, highlight the keywords, find the information in your text, and then write your answers in a full sentence, okay? Then when you've done that, I've got a little challenge for you, and it is, can you make a poster all about your school, your class, your teachers, and your friends? And there's a picture there of our school, Sandon Primary Academy, and a poster is what we talked about at the beginning. It is a large picture that you put up on the wall, okay? And I'd like you to do a picture about your school, a poster, and then send me a picture of it, okay? And if you want to bring it into school on Thursday, tomorrow, you can, and maybe we could put it up. So well done, I'm really impressed with all of your home learning year 1. You really have blown me away, and I would love it if I could give lots of marvellous me's today and lots of good feedback on emails, okay? I'm going to be doing a blog on our class page at the end of the day today, so if you send some lovely photographs, you will be on the blog, okay? Lots to look forward to, year 1. Have a lovely day today, and I will see you in the morning. Take care.